There are two types of motivation styles, towards motivation and away from motivation. Each will be defined in this video, and you will see just how the style you choose can affect your life's journey. We are all naturally motivated away from painful or fearful experiences and towards things that will bring us pleasure. While it's true that either way we are being motivated, there is a difference. Let's break down each in this brief video. An away from motivation approach really gets things going. This approach is highly effective in getting things done in the short term. It is well known that pain is a highly effective motivator. Although pleasure is as well, it is not as strong a motivator as pain. For instance, say you are enjoying a sandwich and sat down without pouring yourself something to drink. You may think it would be nice to have a little something to drink. The taste of some lemonade or water with your sandwich would be pleasurable. Yet you may just sit and eat your sandwich and figure you'll get up in a minute. Now, say in that same scenario, you begin to choke and feel discomfort. You are most likely to jump up and grab something to drink, right? Well, that's because pain and fear are very strong motivators. Now, although that example is a bit extreme, we work in the exact same way on a subconscious level. So you see, pleasure is also a strong motivator because you likely would have gotten up to get something to drink at some point. Yet the pleasure of drinking the water will not get you up as quickly as the fear and discomfort of choking. So pleasure is a strong motivator. It's just not as strong a motivator as fear or pain, especially in the long term. When you are motivated away from something, you clearly get a high energy boost from whatever it is you're trying to get away from. There are highs and lows from increased activity, and the lows where you may feel relief and take very little to no action. So once you have solved the issue or moved away from the motivation, there is no threat of pending harm. So there's also no motivation. Being motivated by fear brings you into survival mode. It has been proven that operating in survival mode causes the immune system to malfunction due to increased levels of cortisol, making a person more susceptible to disease. So plainly put, away from motivation is survival mode, even in the short term. Another major issue with being motivated this way is that it affects your subconscious representations, which in turn brings forth the habitual pattern of requiring a stressful situation to feel accomplished again. Humans are goal-oriented. When there is no goal, we create one. The reason the subconscious is programmed to seek stressful situations to get motivated is that it was the last reference of motivation it had. So once again, subconsciously we seek stress to get motivated, finding ourselves in a vicious cycle of creating the lifestyle we dislike, not understanding it has to do with our basic motivation style. Some people may not feel very goal-oriented. Keep in mind, when speaking of goals, a goal can be paying a bill, having transportation, or making sure your children are living a stable life. All of these are goals. The motivation style will determine each individual's experience in getting things done. Most people operate away from motivation. The good news is that with some great self-help tools like positive affirmations and possibly working with a certified counselor or therapist, a person can in fact change their motivation to a towards motivation approach. A towards motivation approach can be beneficial because working towards the motivation produces a much more sustainable energy. Although the initial feeling to get motivated is less with the towards motivation approach, in comparison to the away from motivation approach, it increases over time. The closer you get to the goal, the more motivated you become. Notably, an away from motivation approach is very powerful in getting people to make that initial decision to change overall. But it produces a life of highs and lows. while operating with towards motivation approach produces a more enjoyable and stabler life. She writes, mind, body, and soul is in the positivity business.